I guess we're back again. I'll figure out how to do a different song than this dance thing I'll be doing. It's corny as corny could be, but it is what it is. I'll tell you the truth for free. So don't forget to subscribe to Budology News. We're going to start selling some merch, of course, like everybody else. And let's get it cracking like it. I got a little quick one, little 3 minutes or whatever for DJ Envy. I've been hearing about it forever, so we'll go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to go to Budology.com. Got this new peace logo, especially with everything going on right now. Definitely use some peace, bruh. Let's see what DJ Envy's up to.
Investigation involving a real estate deal and one of the most recognizable voices in radio. Investors in a real estate venture say they were swindled out of millions of dollars.
I know the game.
And they argue syndicated radio rapper Rashawn Casey, better known as DJ Envy from the show The Breakfast Club, promoted these deals. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace talked to the alleged victims and has the response to those mounting accusations you're about to hear for the first time.
We've helped so many people, not just regular people, but celebrities, athletes, executives.
That's DJ Envy on his syndicated iHeart radio show, The Breakfast Club. He's often promoted the real estate venture of his pal, Cesar Pina.
You might know him on Instagram as Flippin' NJ.
But it's more than just a passing endorsement.
You could partner with us on some deals, make some money with us.
Envy and Cesar have teamed up for seminars, including one at the Jacob Javits Convention Center, pitching up.
Did y'all hear us? Because I did. Usually when you're in a partnership, it's not him. It's us. But legality-wise, it's him. I don't know. It's going to get sticky.
Opportunities to flip properties, often in distressed areas of New Jersey.
We invested $200,000 and looks like we're never going to get it back.
Jose Santiago and his wife Jessica Ortiz say they believed investing in this neighborhood of Patterson would be their ticket to the American dream.
That's the reason why I got into real estate, so we can actually start flipping properties, buying properties, so we can have something for our kids in the future.
The couple says they connected with entrepreneur Cesar after seeing him on social media with DJ Envy.
He's advertising.
Don't forget Budology Clothing on Instagram.
Television. I've seen shows of him all over the place, so I thought this was legit.
The pitch to invest in rundown properties that would be renovated and flipped for more money. The promise to return up to 30%. In some cases, Cesar didn't even own the properties. This couple took out $200,000 in equity from their Florida home, promised that 30% return within 4 months. Then they say nothing.
I'm paying the interest right now every month, and I have nothing.
Well, at this point, we just want our money back.
Nigel Chamblin says he was conned by Cesar into investing $235,000 in that same Patterson property, along with two others, $300,000 each for homes in Hawthorne and in Maplewood.
$835,000 in total on all three houses. There were other people investing in the exact same properties. It was
What? I know real estate, and sounds like they were hanging out with some interesting people. I know some of those guys, and they tried to learn from them, but they stick and move. Like they literally, remember wholesaling? Not wholesaling anymore. Now they're doing lease options to buy with a lot of money down. Here's how it works. Basically, you find someone that's going into foreclosure. Go by their house. Say, I really like your property. I'm interested in it. Sometimes they lie and say, my mom, but she has bad credit. So then what you do is you basically tell them you give them $5,000 or $7,000 down. And then after that, you go into contract for a lease option to buy. It's better than renting for the owner because they're losing the house in a couple weeks or a month, whatever the case is. So they think you're heaven sent. And if they target people that bought their homes when interest rates was 3%, then basically you got a low payment at that particular time, but you're going into foreclosure now. So what you do is say a $500,000 house at 3% is $1,500 a month. So then you find somebody else that has bad credit, and you tell them, don't worry about it. You got 3 years to pay me. So you lock it in because most of those people got it for say $200,000, and it was worth $500,000 at that time, and then basically they only owe $200,000. So then you tell them, the foreclosure people who you're getting the house from, hey, I'll give you $400,000 for this property. So it's a win-win for them, because in their eyes, they're going to lose $300,000 equity. And everybody in their family is probably like, see, I told you, should have married that girl, should have married that guy, whatever the case is. So then you tell them, I'll give you $8,000 to catch up your payment, a couple grand to go live with your parents or whatever the case is. But the trick is, if I don't come up with the $400,000 in 3 years under a lease option, then you can take the home back. Or if I negotiate good enough, I can extend it for another 3 years if I give you another $10,000 or $20,000 down. However, what I immediately do is, if I already checked the value in the neighborhood, and if I put a lipstick makeover, then I could turn around and sell it for $600,000. I'm only contractual agreement for $400,000. So that's one aspect of it. But now those guys are millionaires. So what they're doing now is looking for passive income, meaning I find somebody that only has $20,000 but bad credit. I only paid $8,000 or maybe $5,000. I tell them, give me the $20,000. I'll take the $20,000 off your $600,000 house now. So I have $200,000 theoretically in equity sitting there for me. Now that $1,500 was at 3%. Now interest rates are at 7 to 8%. So then I tell them their new payment's going to be, say, $3,500. So I have a $2,000 a month passive income, and I gain $12,000 from the down payment. So then I go do it again. I build my portfolio. So in a couple years, I technically, my LLC, not me, owns, say, 5 houses. Each one has $200,000 in equity from the prices I negotiated. So I have $1 million sitting there. If these people come through, in 3 years. But in the meantime, I get passive income. So what that means is, basically, if I'm making $2,000 on 5 homes, I got $10,000 a month coming in. I technically own all 5 properties, and if my new leaser or lesser actually goes through with the deal, then I have $1 million waiting for me. It's simple. It gets a little tricky because there's an acceleration clause in most mortgages, but a lease option is the loophole versus owner financing or seller financing. When the interest rates start dropping, or going up, and homes start getting less value, then the bank starts looking for those payments. And in those payments, they basically can see who's making the payments. If it's coming from another person, then they do an acceleration clause, meaning the loan itself must be paid off immediately, or they take the home because the bank never approved whoever you got in your house. So it's a tricky way to get around it with the lease option to buy by law. So I don't know if they were doing that. Obviously not, but I know what I'm talking about. And that's why I homed in on the word us. Sorry for the long speech. I think I'm getting crazy. I should do this in the daytime, not at nighttime.
A scam. It was a lie.
Augie Rios owns a custom auto wrap shop in Lodi, who says he worked on Envy's cars
Check
for
out
years and
Budology.com
believed
for
his pitch.
awesome
He
shirts.
did get
I
back
just
a
changed
return
it to
on an initial
$20 with
investment with
shipping.
Caesar, but maintains a second investment
really
on
good
this
deal.
Patterson property went south.
If it wasn't for DJ Envy, I would have never invested into Caesar. I lost a total of $64,000.
After receiving 2 bounce checks,
They're cleaning
Rios
house.
says he got a visit from Caesar carrying this box of jewelry.
He said, take this jewelry until...
I don't have a violent show. It's Budology News, but you gonna give me some jewelry, homie? For $65,000? $15,000 jewelry? Okay, I did watch that part before, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
I can pay you back.
How much did he say this was worth?
15, 20 grand.
Then there's record producer Anthony Martini, who invested in what he thought was a promising apartment project in Patterson.
I lost $1 million.
And you went in because of DJ Envy.
Yeah, I did. I mean, you know, I'd known Envy for years.
Martini's attorney has filed a lawsuit.
Some sort of Ponzi-like scheme where he's taking money from one investor to pay off other investors. You're looking at over $40 million invested with the Pinas in their companies.
Breaking news here on Tony the Closer's Live.
Hold on. I talk too much. I'm sorry, guys. Did that fool say 40?
Invested with the Pinas in their companies.
Breaking news here on Tony the Closer's Live.
The company has filed a lawsuit.
Some sort of Ponzi-like scheme where he's taking money from one investor to pay off other investors. You're looking at over $40 million invested with the Pinas in their companies.
Breaking news here on Tony the Closer's Live.
The complaint floodgates opened up when alleged victims started appearing on the social media platform of influencer Tony the Closer, a self-proclaimed real estate scam watchdog.
I decided to make it where everybody would know the disgusting behavior that they're practicing.
Exactly.
Dozens of lawsuits have now been filed against Caesar and his wife. Several also name Envy, who has sued Tony the Closer for defamation after also going on with him live.
And there's nobody in here that could ever say Envy, they gave Envy $1.
Envy, whose real name is Rashawn Casey, declined to talk to the I-Team, referring us to a powerful Manhattan real estate attorney. He says the radio personality lost $500,000 to the Pinas in an investment deal to transform this vacant school building in Patterson into rental units.
He is a victim, just like the other alleged victims are in connection with the scam.
Why, if he's a victim, hasn't he filed a lawsuit against the Pinas?
He has a legal right to file whenever he deems fit. He is now contending with cases that are being filed.
I don't know, man. If I lost $500,000 and this fool was scamming everybody, I would have been first in line, at least second. I mean, me personally, you know, the street code, but I would have had wifey do it. You know what I mean? She's a civilian. I'm gonna shut up.
Every day improperly against him.
Why not come out on his radio show and warn other alleged victims if he feels that he was?
This is it's an ongoing, they're ongoing litigations, and there's no room for them on, you know, any sort of radio show.
A lot of people say they bought in because of Envy's reputation. Does he not have some responsibility?
Absolutely not. The only reason why Envy is sued is to sensationalize the case.
The attorney is seeking dismissals of all the lawsuits. As for the Pinas, we caught up with Caesar's wife, Jennifer, in Bourbon County.
Do you have anything to say to the alleged victims?
I say, you know, just hold tight and we're going to come through.
You know, where's the money?
Listen, that's a Caesar answer for you. I can't give you that answer. He wants to be here with you. He wants to do the sit down. He wants to have this interview. He wants to clear the air. He wants to explain his side, and he wants people to understand what's going on. But, you know, he's been advised to not talk.
There may be some hope for investors. A judge has appointed a bankruptcy court trustee to oversee some of the Pinas properties. Any available assets could eventually be sold off to pay alleged victims. From Patterson, Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.
Bruh, that's crazy. All right, guys, that's the end of this show. So I appreciate you guys. We'll get more stuff coming.
And Trump ally
obviously,
Carrie Lake officially announced her run for Senate in Arizona yesterday.
What happened? All right, I'm just doing a couple minutes here and there. Work with me. I'm going to put something together. All right, guys. Go to Budology Clothing and get 20% off. And I'll start selling merch here soon. Appreciate you guys. Take care. 1.